In today's brief insight of current affairs, I'll be discussing a very contemporary topic, which is that how China is gaining its global dominance via its COVID-19 vaccine and how it is beneficial for Pakistan. So as we all know that it's been more than 1.5 years since the outbreak of first corona case back in Wuhan, China. And since then it has turned into a pandemic on global scale, which has not just shattered the health sectors of various countries, but also the financial and economic sectors. China, being an emerging global power, both politically and economically, is taking every opportunity to catch this time and gain its global dominance through its COVID-19 vaccine by engaging in soft diplomacy. Because China is providing its vaccine to over 40 countries around the world and trying to gain its support through soft diplomacy. So I'll briefly explain what soft diplomacy is before talking about the details of this topic. So soft diplomacy is basically a method through which you don't use any force, any pressure, but give incentives and engage in non-forceful method and try to gain the trust and confidence of the respective country. On the other hand, hard diplomacy is polar opposite. In hard diplomacy, you use force, you use threat to gain the trust and confidence, or at least to get the support of the respective country. But China seems to be using soft diplomacy method. The main player in Chinese vaccine drive is the state-owned company known as the Sinopharm. And over the past few months, they have been increasing their capacity rapidly. And it is expected that they'll be making more than 1 billion doses by the end of this year, not just for their own population, but for the people around the world. And this shows China's eagerness in being a global dominant power, and in fact challenging US's past global dominance. Because in the past, if you have seen any pandemic or epidemic, US was in the driving seat, be it be HIV/AIDS, be it be Ebola in Africa. It used to be the US that used to make vaccines and distribute and have the final say that what vaccine would go where through WHO. But now the situation is a bit different. Instead, USA and other Western powers are stockpiling their doses of vaccine and not providing it to the world. But on the other hand, China is trying eagerly to be a global dominant power by giving and spreading their vaccine to over 40 countries around the world, and hence challenging USA's global dominance. Although other players have entered the vaccine race, like Russia and India, but they are far from near to China, because China currently, as of today, has provided more than 500 million doses of vaccine to over 45 countries around the world, including Pakistan, including Serbia, Africa, and Chile. In fact, when China was providing the first dose of vaccine to the president of Chile, the president of Chile came to the airport and gave a statement to the press. And that statement was very, very encouraging for China, because the president of Chile said that today is the moment of joy, not just for me, but for the people of Chile, because China has come down to help us during the tough time. Soon after, Sinopharm, which I previously explained is the major player in the vaccine drive, signed a deal with Chile in making and producing more vaccines in the country. So this is a really landmark step, because China has had its footing in a major South American country, which previously it didn't have. It is interesting to note that China has targeted those countries for vaccine from which China forecasts or is getting geo-economic and geopolitical benefits. A prime example of this is of Pakistan. Pakistan was amongst one of the few countries, or one of the first countries, to have received the aid initially in the form of COVID-19 vaccine. On the other hand, China has also provided Serbia with lakhs of doses of vaccine, because Serbia seems to be a pathway for China to enter Europe. On the other hand, seeing Africa and South America, the same argument stands very true because China is forecasting its benefit from those countries. So let's now discuss that how can it be beneficial for Pakistan that China is gaining its global dominance. Well, first of all, it is very beneficial for Pakistan because Pakistan is a strong ally of China, both politically and economically, and China gaining its global dominance in the world means that Pakistan is being automatically lifted on the global platform. Because if China has a good image in South America or Western or Eastern parts of Africa, automatically Pakistan will have a footing, a paved way to enter their markets with China and engage in effective trade. This can not just upheal Pakistan's economy, but can also have a softer image of Pakistan to the world. And this can even have a positive impact for Pakistan by exiting FATF, because FATF is trying to blame Pakistan for terror financing, etc. But if Pakistan has a strong footing global-wise, that will mean that Pakistan will have a good support in FATF meetings as well. So let's talk about the second way in Pakistan can benefit. And that is that Pakistan can potentially partner with the Chinese company Sinopharm. What this will do? This will help Pakistan to bring that vaccine production line to Pakistan, because Pakistan already has various special economic zones through its CPEC project, and by bringing those industries, vaccine industries, to Pakistan would help Pakistan to employ its people as well as be a global dominant power along with China by supplying vaccines. This will not just help Pakistan to make a good image, but will also help Pakistan to earn foreign exchange, because that will also help Pakistan economy, because that will be an effective trade, because vaccine is something that every country needs and the demand will not go less, at least for the next 10 years. So this was a brief insight about how China is gaining its global dominance through its vaccine and how Pakistan can benefit. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please feel free to comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much.